Good evening, Prasad, and this is KiniNews. Isma Sabri got the whole nation excited about his front door yesterday. Everyone was trying to figure out what he meant. Today he explained why he posted it, and I have to say, I'm a bit disappointed. After creating quite a stir on social media with a cryptic post about closing the front door, Senior Minister Isma Sabri today attempted to shed some light on the meaning behind it. However, instead of clearing the air, Ismail's implausible explanation raised more questions than answers. The senior minister told a press conference today that there were no concealed meanings in his caption or the photograph depicting him shutting his office door. He said he was leaving the office after work, so he closed the door. However, he fell short of explaining how that warranted a post on social media. Meanwhile, Senior Minister Azmin Ali, according to Sinar Harian, said Isma Sabri and him, as well as other ministers, are working as a team to battle the COVID-19 pandemic. So that was Isma Sabri explaining his side of the story, which, let's face it, makes no sense. But let's see what everyone else had to say about his post. But before we get into that, I'd like to give a special shout out to more than 60 of you who have graciously contributed to Kini TV in the month of May. We'll display your names at the bottom of the screen to show how much we really appreciate it. And for those of you who would like to contribute, you can do so by clicking on the link in the description below. Perhaps you'll get your names published next month. Senior Minister Isma Sabri posted a cryptic message on Facebook yesterday, comprising a 6-word caption and a photo of him closing a door behind him. 19 hours later, the post received 74,000 likes, 17,000 comments and 13,000 shares on the social networking platform. The caption appears simple, but many have drawn deep meanings from it. Saya dah tutup pintu depan tapi, with a sad face emoji. Or translated in English, I have closed the front door, but sad face emoji. Many on social media have made references to imply Ismail is referring to someone who may have used the back door. But the full context of what the back door may be or who used it remains elusive. However, some netizens have tried to interpret Ismail's remark as a sign of frustration over the fact that many factories are allowed to operate during the 2-week total lockdown period, which began on Tuesday. Ismail has been the face of the Perikatan Nasional government's efforts to enforce COVID-19 protocols. However, its enforcement efforts have proven ineffective despite securing emergency powers in January, with 1,289 people having died of COVID-19 in the month of May alone, more than double the number of deaths prior to the emergency. Don't have a Miti letter? Well, it doesn't matter because now the police will accept any letter issued by the ministry or any government agency to travel to work.
The Health Ministry reported 8,209 new COVID cases in the country today. The Klang Valley alone reported almost 4,000 cases, with over 3,000 recorded in Selangor alone. With 3,125 new cases, Selangor is far ahead of any other state or territory. Number 2 on the list is Kuala Lumpur with 801 new cases. Meanwhile, the police have announced that they will accept all travel permission letters that are issued by government ministries and agencies other than those issued by the International Trade and Industry Ministry. In a short video clip, Bukit Aman Internal Security and Public Order Department's Senior Assistant Commissioner, MV Srikumar M Nair, informed the decision to all police officers in charge of roadblocks nationwide.
Ketua Polis Negara telah memutuskan dan mengarahkan supaya kita menerima pakai semua surat pergerakan baik dari Miti, kementerian ataupun jabatan-jabatan. Ya, walaupun selepas 2-3 hari yang dikatakan diberi kelonggaran, kita tetap membenarkan pemakaian surat-surat ini. Harap tuan-tuan dan puan-puan maklum kepada semua bahagian yang menjalankan sekatan jalan raya.
Now that we know the police will accept all letters, it was revealed that Miti wasn't the only ministry granting approvals through the CIMS 3.0. 15 other ministries have been vetting applications through the system.
The International Trade and Industry Ministry alone does not decide which firms can operate during the total lockdown period. In a statement today, Minister Azmin Ali said various ministries were involved in the vetting process of applications through Miti's COVID-19 Intelligent Management System or CIMS 3.0. Azmin said 50 ministries used the CIMS 3.0 system to expedite the process of vetting applications for approval to operate under their respective sectors. He said after these ministries verify these applications, these companies in question will be able to print their approval letters through CIMS 3.0. Asmin stressed that Miti only issued permission letters once it received confirmation from the relevant ministries. Malaysia Kini previously reported some glitches with the CIMS 3.0 system, including how non-essential services had already gotten approvals. Essential sectors like food and beverage outlets, however, were struggling to get approval due to the unstable CIMS 3.0 website. In addressing the issue, Asmin said Miti took note of complaints about the system.
So with all we've learned today, the government still calls this a total lockdown, but Dr Mahathir Mohamad isn't convinced. At this point, he says it's a partial lockdown at best.
The total lockdown announced by the Perikatan Nasional government has been shot down by former Prime Minister Dr Mahathir Mohamad. In a video titled Total Lockdown, published on his Facebook page on Wednesday, Mahathir noted that the nationwide total lockdown was far from total.
Saya ucap tahniah kepada kerajaan kerana mengadakan total lockdown. Nampaknya tak total. Ramai orang yang boleh keluar pergi kerja dan di jalan-jalan juga kadang-kadang kita jumpa banyak kereta lalu lalang di jalan-jalan. Bermakna bahawa ada exception kepada orang itu orang ini dan tak jadi total lah.
Mahathir said, unlike others, he has decided to stay at home and not go to his office, despite the current lockdown being a far cry from the first MCO implemented in March last year.
Kerajaan umum total lockdown. Janganlah kata total, kata partial lah. Bagi betul, benar. Kalau nak kata total, buat macam first 2 weeks yang kita kena COVID ini. Tak ada satu pun kereta di jalan-jalan raya, di jalan-jalan dalam bandar, tak ada orang berjalan di jalan-jalan. Itu total.
Meanwhile, Mahathir said, to speed up the process, the government should seriously look into setting up mobile vaccination teams.
Jangan tunggu sehingga orang datang. Kita pergi kepada mereka. Takkanlah kerajaan tak boleh sewa bas ke kereta ke, dan tak perlu terlalu banyak orang. Kita mempunyai ribuan doktor. Satu doktor di satu tempat mencukupi untuk hantar bersama dengan vaccination punya team ke kampung-kampung di mana orang tua tak boleh keluar.
The Langkawi MP also added that the safety of vaccines brought to Malaysia should not be questioned as they are already being used in developed countries.
Saya dapati bahawa vaksin yang diguna oleh negara-negara lain dan mendapat hasil yang baik, tak payahlah kita nak berujian lain pula kita, supaya kita tentukan nak tanya soal itu, soal ini. Kalau dia boleh digunakan di negara maju seperti Britain ataupun Amerika, kita guna sajalah. Kalau ada apa juga jenis vaksin, kita bagi.
And sadly, that's all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Prasad Michael. Thank you for watching.